All right. Okay, we are live. So we're going to be talking about using AI in Unity for development and also at runtime. This is going to be a judgment-free zone here. So regardless of your feelings of AI art and generative AI, we're just going to go over the tech and how it's used and what it could be good for and not good for. How familiar is everybody with language models and AI stuff? A little bit? Okay, cool. So I'm not going to go into the deep technical details on how speech and text gets tokenized and transformed and all that stuff, but um, we are going to go through Unity's AI implementation here. Did a little bit of this last year when it first came out, but they recently have a new beta version, 1.6, and it has a lot more capabilities than it did before, and also different models and stuff that you can choose from. All right, so I am using Unity's 6.3.9 here, and at the very top of the window, you'll see this little AI button. And this is where you go to install it if you want to. You can uninstall it here as well. If you go in through the project settings, you can disable all of the AI stuff if you want. While it's in beta, the cost is free. So every time you use it, it takes up a certain number of credits. Right now, they give us 1,500 every week, I think it is. And here you can see the different generators that we have now. So we now have 3D object generation, animation, materials, sound, sprites, textures, and cube maps, which can be used for skyboxes and stuff. The assistant here also has gotten an upgrade. So you now have a different mode for your assistant here. There's an ask mode and an agent mode. The ask mode is kind of the traditional GPT style. Ask it a question, it'll spit out some answers for you. The agent mode is the more useful one, in my opinion. This one has actual tools and will go out and actually do things in the editor for you. Yeah. You can do that here as well. You can give it different files. The assistant is already aware of your entire project and all of the files in it. But if you want to drill down into a specific file or object or whatever, or even a console error message, you can do that, and it will like try to solve the error message you've got, or do whatever you want to with said object. The assistant, I believe, is using PT0, what they said. It's using OpenAI's GPT-4 and GPT-4o. Yes, kind of. I'll show that off in a second. There are the different models here. We'll look at the 3D object here. We'll just give it my laptop can keep up. I'm streaming and in Unity here. So here, when you click change next to the model here, there's the different models that you can choose from. They have the Hunyan, Hunwan, yeah, and Rodin. I think I talked with the Unity AI devs a couple of weeks back, and the different models use different amounts of token. So the Pro version here will cost more to use per model than the 2.1 version, but ostensibly this would be a better version to use. I haven't gotten too deep into these. I've never used them on the web, but I did make a little sword here. Gotcha. So the options that you have here is not as much as you would like on their website. You basically can just give it a image reference, and I give you text. It's just image. Also the for textures. There are a bunch of different other models here. So the Flux One Dev GPT image, Nano Banana, and a couple of style ones, and I thought there was another named one. I guess more Flux models, and Imagen 4. And Quentin. I haven't used all of these, so I can't vouch for how good they are. Yeah. All right, and other one. Sound. So the sound generator, a couple of new ones here. So we've got 11 labs, sound effects, and multilingual, as well as Beethoven for music generation. And before, this was just kind of a sound effects thing. And I think now we can do longer form music and also like voiceovers and stuff. I think this will. We'll try it later. I think this will. You like translations? Try it later. The other tools. The animation is actually pretty cool. There's only one model, so you can't really change that. They used to have video to motion, but the model they were using for that either shut down or changed their license. I don't remember what happened, but they had to remove the model. They haven't replaced it yet. And they said they were working on it. Yeah, but like the text to motion is pretty good. It's just humanoid animations right now. So if you wanted to do like dropkick, see here it costs five credits to generate one 4-second clip. Yeah, it's all this dude here. It seems to be trained on some very specific motion data. I don't know if it's like a known set of like mocap data, but I'm not good at prompting. Yeah, yeah, animate anything. Was it Dot World? There was one that like shut down and then got relaunched recently. We can try somersault. I don't know how to spell somersault. That's just the pattern on the dude. Oh, it's 3D. Uh, yep. It just drops it as a FBX in your see one here. It's just an animation clip. So you could sit and apply it to one of these characters here if you wanted to, and just drop it in their animator. It's just the animation. So it is generating the avatar, I guess, and this is just a sample dude. So I could take this guy here and drop him in. You can change the avatar, which is oh, uh, so you can change the mappings and the muscle settings, so you can adjust how much twist and flex they all have. But that's just standard unique stuff there. For the generated to animation, all you can do right now is just trim it. So if you just want just the kick tightened down, you can do that. In the preview, you can replace it. So that's like in this animation preview, you can replace them. I don't think you can do that in. Nope, not yet. It would be neat if you could. And the last one I wanted to look at was, we did do 3, but let's make a thing. We're going to take a texture here. And we'll make a shield to go with this sword. This sword is one that I made through an image here. And this will be a circular shield with glowing and shield. You can do sprite sheets, apparently. I don't know if it can do animations or not. I don't know. I've never actually used sprite sheet before. I guess this does do animations. Oh, cool. All right. So we're going to take this one, and then we're going to remove the background. All right, and then once you find one that you want, you can promote it to the current asset, or you can make it a new asset itself. You'll also can see the generation data, so if you ever want the prompt that you made for it, it will be there. Yes. Actually, I don't know if this will do normal maps or not. But we'll make this the current asset. And this is 3. So then we'll open up the 3D model. Shield. And we'll give it extra tad. Let's generate it. This is Unity AI. So this is built into the editor now. As long as you're on Unity 6.3 or above. Basically, yeah, and they're licensing out the models for these. You good? So while these are running, we can look at some of the agent stuff here. So let's do something new. And in agent mode, here we can let's see what we're going to do. We can say add a navmesh agent to the two characters in this scene. So, we can try it. Uh, sword. So we can try adding okay, so it looks like our shields finished generating. So this one here on the right is Union 3D, and this one here on the left is the 3.0 Pro version. I don't know. I can't see too much of a difference. The back, yeah. So let's keep this one. And we're going to see if we can't get the runes to glow. Shield. Too bad. All right, so I've attached the shield to the agent, and I'm going to see if we can get it, the runes to emit a glow. I don't know if this thing will write a shader for it or not. So it did create a global volume for post-processing. I think it maxed out the bloom. And you you may have missed it, but it will take a screenshot of your editor so it knows what it's looking at. That's the dangerous part about these. So it did make an emissive material with bloom, and there's a point light. That's we could look at this shader. Not one that they made, right? It's just standard shader. So it did make an emissive texture. Oh, no, they just. So it's using the same texture as the emission texture, which is not what I want. We can try real quick. And have only the rooms in the texture. Why is this texture over 5 MB? What the hell? Jesus Christ, this thing's 85 MB. I mean, I don't know the normal. No, this texture, it's a 4K texture, but it's still should not be that. So let's try. They are just images. It's just really huge. Okay, so we do have more controls here. We can give it the image reference, style reference, composition, line art, all that good stuff. We're going to take this and downscale it. I guess. You probably could. Probably could tell the agent to atlas all the textures in your project or in the folder or whatever. Let's just try downscaling. Yeah. Downscale. Share 2. Okay. It kind of did. So far we've been using the Unity's cloud models. You can actually run most of these models locally, or at least a couple of them. So I use Olama here on my desktop, and this will run your models locally on the computer. I've got Qwen 3 downloaded, and I had another one. On my desktop, I have GPT OSS. So when I use this, and I also have open code installed. So this is open code. This is kind of a open source version of Claude Code. It runs in the terminal. It has a Windows version as well, but it's in beta. So here, project, and here. And this is not going to show up on stream. There it is. here, you can just and this might be really slow. But this also has context into your project, limited context, not as much as the Unity one. But you can ask it things to do for you. So what we can do is say, we added a nav mesh agent to our characters. So we can create a script to move the characters in the scene with a nav mesh. And let's just see what that does. So here you can tab between planning, which is kind of their asking phase, and then the build phase. The planning is kind of just a read-only kind of, it will tell you what to do. And if you go into build, it will actually go out and build the script for you. I have no idea how well this is actually going to run up. This is separate, but it has the context of my Unity project because I opened it from the project folder. So it will read the CS project to get the files and stuff that it needs. This is completely local. This is using Qwen 3, which I think is like a 5 gigabyte model. And this laptop is like 5 years old, more than that. This is a GeForce 1060. So this might take a while. No. Yeah, I mean, Unity is not getting any faster. We'll just let this run for a minute and see how far it goes. The other thing that Unity added just recently, like yesterday, is MCP server support. So MCP is a model context protocol, and it is a way to give your agents tools to use other programs and services, either locally or on the web. Different services have their own MCP servers, like GitHub, and there were a few others that were public. And I think all of like the social media stuff have MCP servers as well. You can have your bots post stuff for you. I mean, it talks about itself in the first person. Now, the cool part is with the agents, you can have multi agents. You can have one agent that specializes in writing. You have another agent that specializes in reviewing writing. So you can have an agent write and then review itself and then publish. Yeah, yeah. So Microsoft has an agent framework that you can write your own agents. And we'll let that roll. Okay. All right, so I went ahead and I installed NuGet for Unity, and this is to install Microsoft's agent framework. If my laptop doesn't die. Here we go. So this is Microsoft.agents.ai. This is their agent SDK. Once you have these installed, the AI and the AI workflows, along with whatever else it installs for you. And then here in our chat, So it has Ollama support as well. This one is not installed. I think it's Quinn 3. This is in my project. Yes. Yeah. So this is going to query Ollama, which is running on my laptop as a web service, I think. Localhost 5371 or something like that. And what I can do here is with the Microsoft Agents AI and the workflow, you can create a chat client agent. I just have a list of them, and what you'll need for it is to configure it has Ollama Sharp installed through NuGet as well. That's compiling. But here, here is where we initialize Ollama, and we give it the model to load, and also the system prompt. The system prompt is what the LLM thinks it is. So if you want to give it like a character backstory, you can do that in the system prompt. We're doing that here in the agent when we create it. So this one is a copywriter. So you're a copywriter, you generate catchy slogans, marketing copy, and then we give it a name, and then a description. We can also give it tools, which is from the MCP server. I don't think I've gotten this to work yet. And then we have a marketing reviewer. So this will evaluate the slogan that the first dude created and then give feedback on it. With the workflow, this is how you get them to talk to each other. So we'll do up this 10 turns so we can see it. With this agent workflow builder, we give it there's a round robin chat group manager. There's different ones. You can have these go in order. So from like top to bottom, if you have some kind of workflow, like an assembly line type thing. This is just round robin group chat. So if you had more than 2 agents, it will just make sure everybody talks before somebody starts talking again. You give it the list of agents, and then you just build it out. This tools list, this is how you create your different tools. And for these two, I made so this is how you make tools for an MCP server. You'll give it a name and a description. So this is what is going to be sent to the LLM, and this is what it does. So it will know when it needs to move a character to a position. It will look up this tool and then run this in theory. And I also have a pickup item. And what this is going to do is find an object with the tag item and then parent it to that character. That should, in theory, work. I haven't actually tested it yet. Yep. Yeah. So technically, anything can connect to your MCP server. So it doesn't have to be in game. It can be out of game as well, as long as you hook up the MCP server to your agent client. Didn't like that. So here, I have a little chat window here. So this window will talk directly to Olama, and then Olama will do its thing. And when it's in agent mode, it will attempt to use tools available to do whatever you tell it to do. Right. Right. Yeah, because Olama here, like in theory, if you were to release this, Olama would be running on servers that you control somewhere out on the cloud, AWS or whatever. And then you would, in the game here, when you config Olama here, you would give it the server address. So by default, it's localhost. I don't think you would technically could, I guess, package up Olama with your game and install it all and run it all locally. But that will end up making your game stupid huge. But I don't know, Call of Duty is like 500 gigabytes, so yeah. So let's see what happened here. I think it. I don't know. I don't know if it made anything. The other neat thing about open code is that here in the top here, it tells you how many credits that would have used and how much money that would be if you were using a cloud service. So this would have been about 5,000 tokens to do. Because it's local, it's running locally, so it's not going anywhere. Right. Yeah, because when you see stuff online where it's like, hey, we made a browser with Claude code, it only cost 3 million tokens. Like that would have been, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they're doing it themselves, so they do it for free. I have no idea what it did with that code. But anyways, what is so yeah, we have our tools. They're going to create chat bubbles for themselves, and when the agent returns, start chat here. So here, when I start the chat, I'm just giving it a message. This could be something that you type in a text box or whatever, but I'm just hard coding it right now. I don't feel like dealing with changing my other chat window. So this is just going to be create a slogan for an eco-friendly electric vehicle. And here in the workflow, whenever we get a response back from the agent, there's a couple of events that will fire off. There's the update event, there's a completed response, and the final output. This will output the entire conversation just at one time. I didn't want that, so I wanted it to be as they're talking, it will fill up a chat bubble. And this one is kind of weird because it's not really conversational, because it spits out like a chart and stuff. I'll show you. So we have here our chat bot. We assign the agents to the different characters. So this one is copywriter. This one is the reviewer. Uh, Ew. You probably could, because the service is running. Uh, oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, there could be reasoning and stuff in there. Um, oh, that's my play mode, and so I know I'm in play mode and not editing stuff. I don't know if I broke something. I broke something. Oh, damn it. All right, we're going to see if the agent can actually solve this. Fix these. Oh no. Ah, crap. It broke. All right, we're going to reboot Unity. Hopefully, this won't take too long. Okay, we're back. We can do that whenever. I don't know if anyone else has anything to show. You guys? Ooh. Yeah, it's not on this laptop though. This is not working from here. All right, now while I'm getting this done, do y'all want to show off your stuff? Yep, it's over here. You have a USB-C? Here, try this one. There's probably a way to change the source.
download the game on your computer.
Uh-oh.
And stream test.
That one should work. See if there's the button down there you can swap. I don't know if I can. Oh wait, I can do that here.
Make it lock up. So we get some close up the game jam and these are the developers. So you were the two artists in this game jam. Adobe Flash. And you look at a Photoshop, edit in the power. We have Michael Robinson did the audio. And we have Mari, she did a bit of the writing, just kind of thought the whole story, and then we did the programming. So this was one of the post updates that I had made. I just added a credit. And then in the original game, when you first load the game, it takes you to the level area. But I decided to add in like a home base that you can walk around. But you have a home base where you can upgrade and unlock different areas.
Is this on Edge?
Yeah.
What's the website? Well, you can pull it up because we're streaming it, and I can't see the TV.
I told him when I need it, disappeared back 5 minutes. It's crazy.
What's the name of it? Are you sending it in Discord?
Yeah, I sent it on Discord. Yeah, so this called the power off. You going? But it's my favorite. Oh, is it our difference? The first level. So it's procedurally generated. Come into the area. It's different. Apps were new. I added them back. Character can die. The tower, how far? Like,
Mask twitches. You feel eyes.
oh, it drops a nice block or something new I added so you can see enemies that you kill.
And souls cling to you. The air thickens. Mask truth and souls cling to you. The air thickens.
But your
The mask remembers being human. It whispers your name.
my little
The mask
so tiny,
and
but
souls cling to you. The air
so they all
thickens.
have different.
The mask remembers being human. It whispers your name. Or isn't defending you. Leading. The mask
Giant
twitches. You feel eyes.
boss. Michael did the boss music as well. Really like it. So we added some screen, some camera shake to make it more exciting. So you get your soul and playing the loop so you can unlock the next area, etc. So it has a game loop, like a person. That's the post update. I think everybody said they want to continue this, so we might just keep open at it and see if we can actually finish this. But the artist, he's actually in high school, learning how to make a game. And then the other, Michael, and was in Memphis, he was in Memphis as well. Mars and George. Memphis. And we met through Memphis Game House. He was looking for a team. He messaged me, he wanted to join, and they were making. That's our update.
Ooh. Oh, Annie is still private on Twitch.
I tried to make it go public, but it was like disabled.
Also, I'm just a ton of so
We put in a lot of work. So before, all we had was the water. This is actually, and so what we have is a laptop where we have multiple. And so the moment where you're when you go in the app, but this is a mission card, so you accept the mission. What we're calling folks. Notice here you can actually these are actual shots that you here we're teaching you. Then it's like, hey, app, and so pick up, find out that yours went viral and find it by basically that says, hey, you got to come join us. And then put your bank account there. You come that works the best. Basically, book your ride. Figured out what it is. So this is like the intro to the level. Basically, like you're like dive and go out of view. And on is your dive off. How you're in oral level. So in this level, so go bullet time. The fish are also so four different. One thing about it is like they are perceived. Cross one, which so this one has like the and then we have this one is like there's so in addition to that, we request take this fish. Yeah, yeah, I should make some start. Yeah, really, I think the idea is that that is have like charts always a level that so yeah, so I think a lot of the cool yeah. I heard I'm looking at so many of them and literally coding too. Some of them are live, but that's what we have to do. Right, but everything else will have not, man. I mean, my mentality is like I want to get everything on the other because it works on my machines. first game, I think the target is a lot of playing. Yeah, I think that's kind of the next. Not enough for us. Else like set up like I have a green. We're like, oh, I added night mode to my game. Exactly. Hopefully, have a commercial. There. Yeah, yeah. So I think obviously you need some type of progression. Plus, we have two in a human the likes will go up. Having more fun. Up. Another way that you progress and all of those. And really, here the first gear set is you're only allowed so many trinkets out. Gotta kind of yeah. Yeah, and it's the theme kind of writes itself. As I added things that don't require new graphics. But there I think like yeah, it's just it's very real unlock for me. Code that took yeah. Like exactly like you're saying, top circle here. Will get better. That's like hauled over from the game jam, right? Because it was like we do exactly that. And the way we upgrade, right now they're like is and so we can actually make them right. They're like the next one. We also have the another one would that I think the same way this is already narrow. I can just control like I basically get like up and down. Yeah, so I think we've made some progress. We've done some marketing. That's the plan. The dream for us, for me right now, is like Michigan. Like, wish doing something, and we need to like. Yeah, that's honestly kind of how it started. Like we were going to this. And we actually went
Also, Patreon you can do as well.
Honestly, I mean, there's all kinds. Original version. I'm in the middle of four. Like a little bit of all. I know it's like crazy or it's a little too much for like. Started out like negative. this guy too.